step behind the curtain, where reality bends and hidden truths reveal themselves. Have you ever wondered why peace feels so distant, even when you're doing everything you can to find it? Why your mind keeps tightening its grip? Why your heart keeps whispering for rest? And yet somehow, the more you seek relief, the further it seems to drift away. Have you ever paused long enough to ask yourself, who is chasing, and what exactly are they running from? Because there comes a moment, quiet, unexpected, when you stop the search, you stop the striving, you stop the endless internal negotiations, and you realize something profound. The moment you stop chasing peace, you notice it was never running. It was always here, waiting, patient, still. But first, before we return to that truth, we must enter the landscape of the mind, the storms, the waves, the tangled stories, so we can understand why peace ever felt missing in the first place.
Close your eyes for a moment. Take a slow breath in and a gentle breath out. Notice what rises. Maybe it's thoughts, a storm of them, memories, regrets, tension in the chest, old echoes resurfacing. We all know this inner weather. The mind becomes a sky crackling with thunder, the storm of what-ifs, the lightning of overthinking, the heavy clouds of emotion. It's easy to believe the storm is who we are, easy to believe something is wrong with us, easy to believe peace is somewhere else, hidden, distant, locked behind years of healing or achievement. This is why we chase. We chase because we assume peace is outside. We assume it's a destination. We assume it's fragile, conditional, scarce. But look closely. Look carefully at the storm. Is the sky itself ever damaged by the weather moving through it? No matter how loud the thunder, no matter how fierce the winds, no matter how dark the clouds become, the sky remains untouched, vast, open, unbroken. What if the same is true for you? What if the thoughts and emotions you fear so much are just passing weather and not the essence of your being?
From childhood onward, we're trained to do one thing above all else: fix, improve, control. We're taught that uncomfortable emotions are problems, that silence is suspicious, that stillness is laziness, that discomfort means something is wrong. So the mind becomes a restless seeker, always searching for the next answer, the next distraction, the next escape. We chase peace the same way we chase success, with effort, strategy, and pressure. But peace is not impressed by effort. You cannot chase what is already here. You cannot earn what is already yours. Imagine a fish searching the ocean for water. Imagine a bird trying to fly to the sky. This is how we search for peace. Not because peace is far away, but because we're facing in the wrong direction. You are not missing peace. You are simply missing the awareness of what has always been within you. Take another breath. Slow, even, present. Notice how hard the mind tries to grip everything, every memory, every emotion, every possibility. It tries to micromanage the future. It tries to rewrite the past. It tries to control the uncontrollable. But the need for control is not strength. It's fear. It's the belief that life cannot be trusted. It's the belief that you cannot be trusted. Control is what the mind clings to when it forgets the intelligence of your deeper nature. Look at a river. You cannot push it. You cannot predict every twist. You cannot force it to flow differently. But you can float. You can breathe. You can trust the current beneath you. Peace begins when you stop fighting the river, not because you give up, but because you finally understand you were never meant to control the flow, only to surrender to its guidance. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed. Maybe it was sadness, maybe anger, maybe loneliness or fear. Most people try to push emotions down or run from them or drown inside them. But emotions are not enemies. They are waves, expressions of energy, honest signals from within. And waves have one universal truth: they rise and they fall. No wave lasts forever. No emotion is permanent. No feeling defines who you are. When we chase peace, we're often trying to escape emotions, trying to fix them before they've been felt, trying to solve them before they've been understood. But healing does not happen through avoidance. Healing happens through awareness. Notice the next emotion that rises in your heart. Don't judge it. Don't label it. Don't try to change it. Just witness it. Let it rise. Let it exist. Let it fall. This is how the wave releases itself, not through force, but through forgiveness.
Now, if you're able, close your eyes again. Place one hand over your heart. Feel its warmth. Feel its rhythm. Take a breath in slowly and exhale even slower. Now ask yourself gently, what am I chasing? Is it certainty, validation, control, perfection, approval, or simply relief? Whatever arises is okay. Now ask, what happens if I stop running? You might feel fear. You might feel relief. You might feel nothing at all. Just notice. Now breathe again. Feel the space inside your chest. Feel how awareness unfolds without effort. You don't have to force peace. You simply make room for it. You're not inviting something new. You're remembering something ancient. Let's return to the sky metaphor. Imagine yourself not as the storm, not as the clouds, not as the thunder, not as the shifting weather, but as the sky itself. Vast, open, unchanging, silent, infinite. The storm is your mind. The sky is your awareness. The storm comes and goes. The sky remains. When you identify with the storm, you suffer. You chase calm. You chase certainty. You chase peace. But when you remember you are the sky, you stop chasing entirely, because the sky is never disturbed by what passes through it. The sky does not resist the weather. It allows everything and remains untouched. This is the truth of your inner self. You are not defined by your thoughts. You are not limited by your emotions. You are not controlled by your past. You are the space in which all things appear and disappear. You are the awareness behind every experience, calm, steady, unbroken. There is a moment on the spiritual path that feels like an awakening. It doesn't come with fireworks, not with visions, not with revelations shouted from the heavens. It arrives quietly, a soft shift, a gentle release, a humbling truth rising from within. You stop chasing, not because you finally found peace, but because you discovered that the one who was chasing was only a thought, a temporary identity, a frightened version of you that believed peace was separate. In that moment, something opens. The tension loosens, the noise softens, the breath deepens, and in the silence, you notice that peace was always here, not as a distant goal, but as the background of your very existence, like a melody that was playing all along, beneath the static of the mind. Take another breath. This time, let it be natural. Allow your awareness to rise from the center of your chest. Feel the room around you. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel your spine gently lifting. Notice the texture of this moment. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, just this. The present moment is not something you create. It's not something you enter. It's not something you have to earn. It is what remains when the mind stops wandering, when the mind stops chasing, when the heart stops resisting, when the body stops tightening. Peace is the natural fragrance of presence. You don't access peace, you uncover it. You reveal it. You dissolve everything that hides it. And what hides it most is the belief that peace requires effort.
You've been carrying so much. Expectations, memories, disappointments, stories about who you should be, who you failed to be, who you wish you could become. But what if you could set them down for just a moment? What if you could loosen the burdens you've held on to for years? Not by solving them, but by no longer clinging to them. Imagine placing everything you've been holding into a river. Let it float. Let it drift. Let it move without resistance. You don't have to fight your past. You don't have to outrun your thoughts. You don't have to argue with your emotions. All you have to do is stop gripping so tightly. Peace is what rises when the grip softens.
When you stop chasing peace, your senses sharpen. You begin to hear your breath like music. You begin to feel your heartbeat like a guide. You begin to see the world with a softness you forgot was possible. Stillness is not emptiness. It is clarity. It is spaciousness. It is intelligence. The mind thinks stillness is boring because it cannot control it. Stillness is where the ego dissolves, where the stories fade, where truth stands unclothed. This is why stillness feels like peace, because stillness is your original state, before the world told you who to be, before fear taught you how to hide, before the mind learned how to run. Inside stillness, there is no chase, no distance, no separation, only presence hearing itself. Peace becomes accessible when you begin to trust life again, not blindly, not passively, but intimately. Trust is not something you force, it is something you remember. Think about your heartbeat. You don't command it, you don't micromanage it, you don't supervise every beat. Life breathes itself, life moves itself, life supports you without your control. This is the same intelligence guiding you through every challenge, every confusion, every moment of uncertainty. When you trust that intelligence, even a little, your inner world softens. You stop running, you stop resisting, you stop assuming that peace is fragile. You realize peace is the most natural thing in existence. So breathe one more time. Feel this moment. Feel the sensation of simply being. Notice how nothing is being forced. Notice how awareness is effortless. Notice how peace arrives when you stop demanding it to appear. This is the truth you've been circling around your entire life. Peace was never running. You were. Peace was never distant. Your attention was. Peace was never conditional. Your mind was. And now you are remembering. You are remembering who you are beneath the noise, beneath the storms, beneath the stories. You are the sky. You are the witness. You are the presence. You are the peace you've been seeking. It has always been this way. It will always be this way. All you have to do is stop chasing.
Let these words settle inside you. Peace is not a destination. Peace is what remains when you stop running from yourself. Carry this truth with you. Return to it whenever the mind storms. Let it remind you that nothing is missing. You were never separated from peace. only distracted. And now you are home.